Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so 9th chapter is Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. So the king of knowledge, the secret of knowledge is coming. The most confidential knowledge is coming in the 34th sloka. Who knows the 34th sloka? Most important sloka of 9th chapter. Does anyone know? Kantasta. Manmanabha Madbhakto.
Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshasi yukteva matmanam matparayanaha.
So yes, so that's the most confidential knowledge. Manmana, to think of Krishna, Matbhakto, become Krishna's devotee. Madhyaji, worship Krishna, and Mam Namaskar, offer obeisances to Krishna. If we do that, then we go back to Krishna. That's the most confidential knowledge. And 18th chapter, 9th chapter is in the middle, and the 34th sloka is the last sloka. It's kept as the most confidential knowledge. So 26 to 34 is about glories of devotion service to Krishna. It's about Krishna Bhakti. So 926 is the simplicity of Bhakti. That's a famous sloka. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yomi bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahitam asnami prayadatmanaha. So what is Krishna saying? That if we offer with love and devotion a fruit, a leaf, some water, with love, no? So with love, if we offer these love and devotion, then Krishna says he will accept it. Okay, so a very important sloka. You can all try to memorize it. And it's practically, this Bhagavad Gita is a practical book. It's to apply, right, in life. So we can all start offering these. So does all of you offer all these things? Can you raise your digital hand? How many of you offer these things? Leaf means tulsi, then flowers, any flower to Krishna, fruit, some water. When you offer these, okay, good, many are offering. So when you offer this, what is supposed to be there? What you should put so that Krishna accepts?
Tulsi leaf, Mataji.
Tulsi, right? Yeah. So you have to put Tulsi because Krishna will not accept anything without Tulsi. Okay, so here Krishna says, establish that he is only enjoyer, the premier lord, the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what type of sacrifice he decided to be offered, is a sign of an intelligent person. He engaged in Krishna's loving service to achieve permanent bliss in abode of eternal happiness. So Bhakti is easy and universal. The only qualification required is to become a pure devotee. No other qualification is required. So Krishna says even the poorest of poor person also can do Bhakti. How? Because Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam is available everywhere. Even if you don't have fruits, it's costly, that, this and all, still you can have toyam, right? Water is available in every part of the world. So Krishna says even that you can offer. Now, how do you know Krishna is accepting? How do we know Krishna is accepting? Okay, you offer, you close the curtain, you ring the bell, you offer the mantras. But how do we know Krishna accepted it? Yes.
Mataji, I think we will get the feeling. Atma Trupti.
Feeling. What's the proof that Krishna accepted? Feeling.
Mataji.
Yes, bro.
Mataji, in the shloka, Krishna has said, I will accept it. So we have to trust.
Term? What is that word?
I
will accept.
Asnami.
Yes, yeah. Asnami. So if you take the word-to-word meaning, so somebody asked Prabhupada, how do you know that? How do you know that Krishna accepted? So Prabhupada says, should I believe you or should I believe Krishna? Because Krishna himself says, Asnami. Asnami, if you take the word-to-word meaning, it means I accept. So Krishna is saying he accepts, right? So what is doubt in it? But only thing is Krishna doesn't have to eat like us. Anganiyasya sagale devritti mandi. With his eyes, he can glance and have it. Right? He's Bhavagrahi Janardana. He's not coming to eat your roti and dal and sabji like that. He's coming to take the bhav with which it was cooked, the consciousness. So Bhavagrahi Janardana. He takes the bhav. He's not worried about the offering. Right? And which word is repeated twice in this sloka? Quick, fast. Should all come and read and come actually. Then it's easy to discuss. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions that word is repeated twice.
Bhakti, Mataji.
Bhakti. Okay, Bhakti. So Patram Pushpam Palanto Vayam Yome Bhaktya Prachali. Tadaham Bhakti Ubahridam Asrami Pradharana. To give emphasis on Bhakti. So Bhakti compared to other process, the simplest process and the highest perfectional stage. And Krishna accepts anything which is offered with devotion. So Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Okay, even a little flower or leaf or fruit or flower from a pure devotee will do. But no offering is accepted, however big may be, from a non-devotee, because the Lord is self-sufficient and is not need of anything. So importance of word Bhakti is that Bhakti is the wise in this verse to declare emphatically that Bhakti is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition. Being a Brahmana, rich man, scholarship, philosopher, none of these conditions can induce the Lord to accept any offering. Bhakti is never partial. It is an eternal process. Okay, and it's a direct action to the servant, the absolute whole. Okay, so give some examples from the Shastra. You can type in the chat who offered Krishna with love and devotion and Krishna accepted. So in the purport, Prabhupada writes that Krishna wants what? Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk. He's not asking for anything non-veg. That's why fish, meat, eggs are not offered to Krishna. And why should we offer? Krishna explains only remains of sacrifice. So why is prasadam so tasty? Because it has saliva of Krishna. Okay, so any examples where devotees offered something with love? Sudama, good. Sudama offered cheap rice, right? So Krishna just accepted it. And Krishna had one mouthful and Rukmini Devi caught him because with one mouthful, he gave all the opulences to Sudama. Second mouthful, if you take the cheap rice, even Rukmini Devi has to become servant of Sudama. So that, yeah, Kujela offering cheap rice, that is one thing. Then yes, Shabari, good. So Shabari offered fruit, which is bitter because she was getting old and she could not see, she could not know whether the fruit is ripened or not. So she was biting, and the remnants Lord Ram had, right? Draupadi offered, yeah, one grain. That is that Akshaya Patra story there. Before that, there is Draupadi also offered a piece of cloth to Krishna. Does anyone know that story? Cloth piece. You go to the Udupi temple, there's a picture. Draupadi getting this robe at that time. To the side, you can see in front of the Udupi temple. Once Krishna was cleaning his sword and just for a pastime purpose, his hand got cut. And all the queens and everyone were running here and there for first aid. But Rukmini was next, Draupadi was next to him, that she cut a piece of a sari and tied to Krishna. Krishna is like, you're giving this much sari, later I'll give meters and meters of sari. So that's why when Duryodhana told Dushasana to drag Draupadi to the assembly and was trying to make her naked, at that time Krishna supplied meters and meters of sari. So how Krishna reciprocates. And fruit seller, yes, very good. She instead of selling the fruit, she was like Govinda Damodara Madhavi Vedi. So she was so mesmerized by Krishna's beauty that just for few grains she gave the whole fruits, and Krishna gave back all golds and jewels and everything. Okay. What about Gajendra? Gajendra gave just a flower to Krishna, right? The lotus. And what is Vidura's wife gave? What did Vidura's wife give? Does anyone know?
Banana, skin of banana.
Yeah, skin of banana. So once when Krishna went to Vidura's house, Duryodhana also called Krishna for a feast. But Duryodhana is a non-devotee, so Krishna didn't go there. Instead, Krishna went to Vidura's house. So when he went to Vidura's house, Vidurani, that is his wife, she made, she was having banana with her, and she got excited by seeing Krishna because she didn't expect Krishna to be there. So she was shocked. Just imagine somebody, a big personality, or now because we are devotees, like sometimes Guru Maharaj or somebody came to your house, your Shiksha Guru, and you're like, what to do? Like suddenly they came. It's like, what to do? So Vidura's wife was so shocked to see Krishna that she made him sit on the floor. She didn't even give him a seat to sit because she was so lost. And instead of giving a banana, she peeled the banana and gave the peel to Krishna. She was peeling banana, looking at Krishna, gave the peel and threw the banana. So she was so involved in Krishna that she forgot what she's doing. And when Vidura came back, he saw all the bananas out and Krishna was eating that banana skin, the skin, because it was offered with love and devotion. So that's our Krishna. So Krishna will accept anything and everything unless and until it is given by devotees, because Krishna is not hungry. Prabhupada says Krishna is not hungry for your food, right? He's not hungry. He is having thousands of Lakshmi serving him. But what is he hungry about? Your love and devotion. That is what is important. So proper attitude is there while offering. So we should not feel that, oh, this is for me, I'm offering for me. No, it's for Krishna. This verse refute impersonalists. Impersonalists say Krishna doesn't have a form, but here it says Krishna accepts, Krishna eats. Right? Who cannot comprehend this verse because they maintain that the absolute truth is with our senses. They say he is nirguna, nirakar, and all that, but it's not like that. A devotee's understanding is Krishna has senses, and the senses is interchangeable. Okay. Krishna has transcendental senses. He doesn't have any material sense. The example of Krishna's omnipotency is explained here. His senses are interchangeable and can perform the function of each other. So Lord impregnates the living entity into the material nature by his glance. So just by glance, you know that when the Kaliya Leela happened, when Krishna, his friends, all of them, they had the poisoned water from Kalindi. Then they all went unconscious. So almost died. Krishna just glanced at them and brought them back to life. So that's Krishna's glance. So Krishna is hearing the devotees' words of love in offerings, food stuff. It's wholly identical with his eating and actual tasting. Who can understand Krishna's acceptance of offering in devotion? Only devotee, okay, who accept Krishna. So only devotee can understand Krishna acceptance of offering in devotion. So when we decide that we will have prasadam, Krishna is more happy. Why? Because Krishna will be like, oh, somebody is happy having my ramanans, or somebody is going to have my prasadam, or here is my devotee. So Prabhupada says that's the importance of prasadam, and the consciousness also get purified by having prasadam, because food has karma binding, right? Even vegetarian food have karma. Why do I say so? How do you say that vegetarian foods also have karma?
That also involves feeling of plants.
They
Yeah.
have life.
They are also living
Prabhu,
entity.
you missed so many classes, right? In between.
Yes, Mataji. As I was in level 3, I wasn't able to correlate with the simultaneously. So I'm just planning to hear the classes.
Okay. So yes, as you said, yeah. So plants also have life. So when we take that life, there is karma binding, but the consciousness level is less. You know, a plant doesn't cry when you cut it, but not like that animals. So consciousness level is more, and the sin is less, but there is sin. Even when you take vegetarian food, there is sin. But if you offer to Krishna, it becomes karma free. Okay, food. So that's why it's important to offer. Okay, we finished. So that's a very important sloka. And so Krishna says patram pushpam phalam toyam, right? Fruit, water, leaf, and leaf, fruit, water, and flower. But why are we offering everything what we make, like roti, sabji, dal, everything? Why are you offering? Because next sloka says, Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhoshi tadasiyat yat tapasyasya kaundeya tat purusha madarpanam. Means everything, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give away, whatever austerities you perform, O Arjuna, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So that's why it is very important, right? So Krishna says about Ananya Bhakti here, pure devotion. And so here he says, whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we offer or give away, whatever austerities perform, everything should be done through Krishna. Okay, Prabhu, I'll see my WhatsApp attendance link. So duty for everyone is that it's a duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. So that's why we should offer everything to Krishna. Okay, even if you want to give charity, some money, you offer to Krishna and then give that money so that there is no karma binding. Or else when the money you give for charity, if that person uses that money to get some alcohol, some cigarettes, or a knife to kill someone, or some drugs, that karma can come to you. So what should we do? That money also just in mind also, at least some Krishna Arpanamastu, something you offer to Krishna and then give that money like that. So charity also, Krishna says, give it to me. Prabhupada explained this means that all the money accumulated should be used in furthering the Krishna conscious movement. Actually, Rupa Goswami gave 50% of his wealth to propagate Krishna consciousness. So we can help in building a temple, donate, or book distribution can be done, or something related to Krishna consciousness can be done, so that the money which we earn, it becomes karma free. Otherwise, it will bind us and causes reaction. So austerities nowadays, people are very much inclined to meditational process. It's not practical in this age. And but if one practices meditation on Krishna 24 hours a day, that is possible by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Round in his beats, he surely is the greatest meditation, the greatest yogi. Says Yogi Nama Visarvesha, Madgatyanandaratmana, Shraddhavan Vajadeyo, Mam Same, Tamo Madaha. But of all the yogis, the best yogi is a Bhakti yogi. 28 says, Shubha Shubha Phaler Evam, Mokshase Karma Bandhane, Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma, Vimutto Mam Upaishisi. In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in its principles of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So last week, not last week, 2-3 days back, I met Sharan Prabhu, who was in our class, right? He's in our class. Oh, he's in the Monday batch. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there was some discussion that time. Okay. So here it is said, what is he saying? That in this way, if you offer everything to Krishna, then you'll be free from bondage and your mind will be fixed in Krishna and you will get liberated. So here two concepts are discussed here, Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. Okay, Yukta Vairagya means using everything in Krishna's service. Anasaktasya Vishaya Yatarham Upayanjade Nirbande Krishna Sambande Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. So using everything like this laptop, some of you are watching the class in the mobile. So the mobile is, or laptop is also used in Krishna service. So that way we should not say, oh, laptop is Maya, or mobile is Maya. That's what yogis say. No, we use everything. Krishna, Prabhupada used an aeroplane to preach. Prabhupada used a dictaphone and everything, all the modern gadgets to a typewriter, everything to preach Krishna consciousness. So in that way, we can use everything in Krishna consciousness. That's called Yukta Vairagya. So that's called acting on the Yukta Vairagya platform. Liberation means freedom from bondage to work, and its auspicious and inauspicious results. Realization of Krishna is Vimuktamam Upaishasi. That means we go back to Krishna. Once it's liberated, we go back to Krishna. So Yukta Vairagya is the best principle. And how does this process work? When one is situated in such renunciation, the following effects are seen. First is cleansing. Such activities clean the mirror of mind. This gradual progression in spiritual realization, there is surrender, and last may liberation. So here sannyasi is mentioned. Anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of Krishna is called a sannyasi. Okay, so he's nishkama. He have no other interest than to serve Krishna, and his servitude is always think of himself as an eternal servant of Krishna, and is dependent on the supreme will of Krishna. Okay. So one cannot understand the plan and activities of a pure devotee. It's skill to say that Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra. We can't understand what a Vaishnava does. So a person who's thus always engaged in the service of the Lord is always thinking and planning how to serve the Lord. And such person is always considered liberated. Jivan Muktasa Uchyate. Viharyasya Hare Dasya Karmana Manasa Gira Nikileshu Api Avasteshu Jivan Muktasa Uchyate. Such person is considered to be liberated. Okay. So in the next sloka, Krishna says he is equal to everyone. Yoginam Abhi Sarvesham, that is 6.47. 6.47. Yoginam Abhi Sarvesham Advadenandaratmana Shraddhavan Bhajadeyomam Same Makta Tamamada. The last sloka of the 6th chapter. So 29th sloka, as Krishna says, Samoham Sarva Bhudeshu Neme Dreshe Nastina Priya Ye Bhajanditu Mam Bhaktya Mai Teteshu Chapiham. Samoham Sarva Bhudeshu. I am equal to everyone, Arjuna. Name Dveshe Nastina Priya. I don't hate anyone, I don't like anyone. But he gives a condition. Ye Bhajanditu Mam Bhaktya Mai Teteshu Chapiham. If you devote yourself to me or you become a devotee of me, then you are in me and I am in you. Or I am a friend of yours and you are a friend of me. I envy no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service to me in devotion is a friend in me. I am also a friend to him. So this is important. Devotion to Krishna. Okay. Because Krishna doesn't hate anyone or like anyone because he's neutral. Example, what is the example? Does anyone know? Other than the man in the material world charitably disposed, that's fine. But and the cloud that is pouring. Any other example you remember? That somebody being neutral, not partial to anyone. Like for example, who is that?
A tree which gives fruit.
Nice, tree. So tree gives fruit to everyone, doesn't discriminate, or you're rich man, or poor man, or I hate you, or I love you, nothing like that. No, a tree is equal to everyone, good. Like a rain cloud. that pours water even on earth, rock, land, or water, wherever it is. Okay.
Sunshine.
Sunshine, good sunshine shines on everyone. Like, but it just matter that you should not hide in the cave. You should come out. The sunshine is compared to mercy of Lord and Prabhupada, like the acharyas. So when we say that, oh, some devotees are getting more mercy, why? Because they're working hard for it. Okay. So mercy, sunlight. Then what about a high court judge? A judge is not partial to anyone. He just sit in that place to give the verdict. He doesn't favor anyone or he doesn't hate anyone. Based on their karma, based on the sin they did, he awards the punishment. So he's neutral, right? A high court judge, I mean a perfect one, not a corrupted one, but the perfect judge is like that, right? He's neutral. So here, like a parent, parents, like if they have 10 children, the love to 10 children will be the same, right? So you can't say, oh, he loves him more or less or something like that. Okay, some might be more obedient, some might be not obedient. Based on that, there'll be the different degrees or grades, but then they love every children equally. So we are all children of God, like Krishna says, aham bija pratapita. Right? So Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is special friend, but he takes special care of devotees who's engaged in transcendental service. Why? We say Krishna is not partial, but now here Krishna says that I take special care of devotees. Isn't that partiality? Is Krishna partial to his devotees, or why is Krishna saying that I give special care for devotees? What is so special about devotees? Yes, all of you are doing it every day. That's why Krishna takes care.
Because we are doing devotional service to Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, so in devotional service, what's the most important?
We are calling Krishna with love by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Remembering Krishna throughout the day, 24 hours.
Remembering by chanting. So, Taramadhya Sarvasreshna Nama Sankirtan Niraparata Nama Layo Payo Prema. Then Taramadhya Sarvasreshna Nama Sankirtan. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, out of all the devotional service, the Sarvasresh, the best is Nama Sankirtan, chanting the holy name. Niraparata Nama Layo. If you take the holy name without offense, that is not Nama Aparata Nama Apas. If you go to Shuddhana, your name, if you chant Niraparada Namala, Payo Prema, then you get Prema, Krishna Prema. So when you chant, what happens? There are two kids for a mother. One kid is very small, one is little elder. So the elder one will take care, was packing bags and everything. They are going for a security check-in for a flight. So the elder one passes through the security check-in and just goes and waits there for the mother. But the younger one, very small, always call mama, mama for that, this, everything he or she wants mama. So in the security check-in also, the mother carries the baby and just pass through. Not much check-in is there. Or that because that child is completely dependent on the mother. Does that mean mother doesn't like the elder one? No, mother's love is equal to the elder and the younger one. But the younger one's constantly dependent on the mother. Mama, that, this. It's like completely dependent. So a devotee is completely dependent on Krishna in the sense, as the younger one keeps on calling mama's name. Similarly, the devotees keep chanting Krishna, 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 Krishna every day. That Krishna has to see. Krishna has to see. Like another example is like a mother bird brings food for the ducklings or the small babies. So when it came, all were crying, all the ducklings were crying. There was one duckling who was crying the most, so much. So the mother's attention definitely went there, and there was a worm in the mother's beak that it directly fully it gave to that younger one because it was shouting so much. So the more we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare with so much intensity. When we chant it, Krishna's attention definitely will go. Who is calling me? And then Krishna's phone number is 16108, right? We chant 108 around 16 times. So the call reached Krishna. So definitely Krishna has to take care because the devotee is dependent on Krishna. Like a child who wants to cross the road can just blindly close his eyes and then cross if he's holding mother's or father's hand. But if we hold parents' hand, there is a possibility of slipping. But if the father or the mother is holding the child, then it's the different. Like a cat is holding the kitten on the mouth. But a monkey, did you see how monkeys hold their babies? They don't hold. The monkeys, the baby monkeys has to catch. And if you go to Vrindavan and all, you'll see underneath the mother will carry the baby, and the baby will be like with small hands clinching and just, and when the mother jump from one tree to the another, it might slip also and fall. So that is at risk. That's how non-devotees are. Krishna takes care of everyone. Krishna maintains everyone, but it's like that. But for a devotee, Krishna is like a cat who's taking the kitten very, very softly. Like for demons, cat is like holding the rat. So these are different analogies you can think of. And any man in the material world may be charitably disposed, but has special intents towards his own children. And there's one more example I remember. So there was Akbar and Birbal. So Akbar was so affectionate to his son. Yeah, so affectionate. And then Akbar started complaining to Birbal, why Krishna is so affectionate towards his devotees. Why Krishna personally had to come to give sari to Draupadi. Why he personally came as Narasimhadev to protect Prahlad. Why he personally comes as a driver, chariot driver for Arjuna. Why he is personally doing it. He can send somebody, no? So Birbal was very intelligent. He didn't say anything. Before that, he pushed Akbar's son to the swimming pool from first floor. They were in the first floor balcony. He pushed Akbar's son into the swimming pool down. So there were so many servants there, but Akbar didn't call anybody. He directly went and jumped into the swimming pool to save his son. So after this incident, Akbar is so angry at Birbal. Why did you do this? I asked him a simple question, and why do you do this? So Birbal is like, this is just a demo. Why did you jump to save your son? There were so many servants. You are a king. Why do you personally go? He's like, this is my son. So Birbal says, yeah. So Prahlad and Draupadi and all devotees are Krishna's own son. Right? So Krishna personally takes care of them. Even though there are so many servants of Krishna, all the agents as demigods and different avatars of the Lord, Krishna personally comes and takes care of his devotees. So that's the love of Krishna. So when you become devotees, you become specially attached to Krishna. Krishna says, Name Bhakta Pranashti, my devotees will never perish. So devotees are always special to Krishna. That doesn't mean Krishna is partial. Only thing is, because they are so dependent on Krishna, that Krishna has to take special care. As a father or a mother takes special care of the younger one who's completely dependent, right? So we should show that dependency on Krishna. That Krishna, I don't have anyone, just you. So Krishna takes charge of us. So that's called surrender. So because such devotees are transcendently situated in Krishna, Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are in the consciousness are living transcendentalists. That is, Krishna says, Maite, that is, they are in me, right? So it's very important. So Krishna says now, Ye yedam mam pravatinde tamstadeva bachameham mama vartmanu vartande manushya partha sarvasha. How you surrender to Krishna? Krishna approached the same way, proportionately. So when you completely become dependent on Krishna, Krishna also takes charge of you completely. If you give only 20% to Krishna, Krishna also take care the same way. That's the difference between a pure devotee and us. So what is the example? Does anyone know diamond on the gold ring? Diamond and the gold ring. Can you all see, locate the example on 8, the 29th sloka, the second paragraph, first paragraph, last May. This is a Bhakti Shastri question. What is it? The diamond and the ring and the gold ring. Who's diamond? Who's the gold? You didn't get? Who's the diamond? Who's the gold? Quick, fast. Towards the end.
Lord is the diamond.
Yes, Lord is the diamond and the gold is?
Living entities.
Living entities. So what happens when there is a diamond in the middle of the gold ring? It becomes more beautiful, right? So similarly, when Krishna is in our life, in the living entity's life, then both the diamond and the gold shines. Similarly, when Krishna is there, the living entity also becomes special. So here it is said, the Lord and the living entity eternally glitter. And when a living entity becomes inclined to the service of the Supreme Lord, he looks like gold. Lord is like a diamond. And so this combination is very nice. Okay. So this is the thing. So Lord is like a diamond. The devotees are like gold. And when it becomes together, it becomes more special. So that's one of the analogy question in Bhakti Shastri. Okay. So devotional service is not activity of this material world. Gologera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan. It's coming from Gologa. It's part of a spiritual world. So whenever we chant and doing devotional service, it's not from this world. So 30 and 31, very important sloka. It says, Apiche suduracharo bachante mam ananyabhak sadhureva samandavya samyak vyavasito hisa. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chandine gachadi. Kaundeya pradijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. He quickly become righteous and attains lasting peace. So son of Kunti declared boldly that my devotees will never perish. So even if a devotee is imperfect, Krishna takes him as saintly. So even if a devotee is imperfect, Krishna takes him saintly because he's properly situated in determination. And as such, a devotee is quickly become righteous and attains peace. Okay. So sudurachara. That means if we are in devotional service and some fall down might happen, it's okay. Still, you should be considered saintly. Okay. So what is the analogy mentioned in this sloka? Very important analogy, very important Bhakti Shastri question and from exam point of view. Can anyone trace the analogy mentioned in text 30 towards the last but one paragraph? What is the analogy of a devotee committing sinful activities? It is compared to what?
Rabbit.
Very good. Rabbit-like mark on the
Moonlight.
moon. So when there is a rabbit-like means some kind of a spot on the moon, does that come in between the moonlights? No. Or does it cause obstruction to the moonlight? No. Similarly, whenever there is some defect in a devotee or some kind of abominable action done by a devotee, still he is fixed in devotional service, he should be considered saintly. It doesn't affect his character. So it is said here that if one is fully engaged in devotional service of the Lord and sometimes is found engaged in abominable activities, these activities should be considered like the spots that resemble the mark of a rabbit on the moon. Such spots do not become an impediment to the diffusion of moonlight. Similarly, the accidental fall down of a devotee from the path of a saintly character does not make him abominable. So accidental fall down might happen because we are all in the world of Maya and Maya can trick us. But that doesn't mean you become bad, right? Unless and until you are doing devotional service, because he's properly situated and such devotee becomes righteous. Okay. Sadhu revasa mandavya. Mandavya means we should consider him saintly. Okay. So Krishna purifies such devotees. Anything abominable happens. Like in case of Ajamila also, he fell down, but then he was a devotee in the before in the young days, right? And there was a fall down, but then he accidentally again chanted Narayan. Krishna gave him a second chance, right? So you should be considered saintly. Okay, some fall down happened, but he was considered saintly. So even if they will do the most abominable action, that doesn't mean we can do anything and everything and then still consider saintly. No, this is accidental fall down. Okay, but the real atonement is to do devotional service. So no one should deride such a devotee from accidental fall down. Okay, so it's very important that no one should deride a devotee from accidental fall down from the ideal path, as explained in the next verse. Such occasional fall down might be stopped in due course as soon as a devotee is completely situated in Krishna consciousness. He is considered a sadhu. Sadhu reva samandavya. Should be considered saintly. Okay, because he's determined to chant Hare Krishna. And mantavya. Mantavya means it makes it more emphatic that if we deride someone like this, then we are disobeying the Lord's order. So accidental. So this is the analogy: moon-like, rabbit-like spot on the moon. So one should not misunderstand that the devotee in transcendental loving devotional service can act in all kind of abominable way. This verse only refers to an accidental fall down. Okay, not like purposely do it. So we can't think we can also become Ajamila, that every day we do sinful activities and the end we chant the holy name. No. So Srila Prabhupada concludes the purport by saying if one does not improve in this character by devotional service, he is to be understood that he is not a devotee. So that's what the next sloka also says, that person become quickly righteous, right? The only one free from mischievous acts can become a devotee of the Lord. Yesham Tondakatam Pavam Janana Punya Karmanam Te Muktam Bhajante Mam Dridabhritaha. So only at the end of all sinful activities, then only we can become a devotee. So sometimes it is said that you have to clear all your sin and then start devotion. Sometimes it say that you have to do your devotional service, then you become purified of all the sin. Aham tvam sarva papeti. Which is right? Is it like all your sin should get over and then you start bhakti? Or is it the end of bhakti, all the sin gets destroyed?
No, while doing our devotional services, you should.
Doing a devotion,
Clear-
what happens?
You clear your, you get purified, and while you're during the purifying process, your sins get negated.
So that means it's an ongoing process. It's not like towards the end or the beginning, right? So because the devotional service itself is purifying, Chedo Darpana Marjana, Bhavamaha Dhavagni Nirvapana, right? So this Chedo Darpana Marjana means cleansing like the mirror. So that so much dust accumulated, all the anarthas, everything gets cleansed by the bottle brush of chanting the Hare Krishna Holy Mahamantra. And also when you sing the Mangalarati song, Samsara Dhava Nanali the Loka, Pranaya Karunya Gana Ganato. Like this material world is like forest fire, because nobody has to set the forest fire. It automatically happens. Similarly, this material world is full of problems, and how can you extinguish a forest fire? Pranaya Karunya Gana Ganatam, by the pouring of the clouds. So when the clouds, nobody can artificially do that, but it's naturally happening. So similarly, it's the Guru who is actually coming as the mercy of cloud to give us Krishna Prema and take away all our miseries of material world. So Krishna purifies such a devotee who comes to his conditionings and engage abominably, as explained 930. Such a devotee quickly become righteous, and at the last they attain Krishna. And Krishna says, Kaunteya pradijanihi name bhakta pranashri. Why is Krishna not declaring? Why is Krishna telling Arjuna, you declare my devotees will never perish? Why?
Mataji, because Krishna may not act according to what he has said, but if his devotee tells, he'll always act accordingly, Mataji.
So that means Krishna can break his own promise, right?
Yes.
Any example where Krishna broke his promise?
In the Kurukshetra, during the war, he took up the wheel of the chariot to protect his devotee, Mataji.
Yeah, so he took a vow that he will not fight or will not take weapon, but Krishna had to go to the extent of breaking his vow in order to protect Arjuna. Was that the only reason he broke the vow? Krishna took weapon. Any other reason? Okay, one is to protect Arjuna. What is the other reason? What is the other reason? For this, you should know that story. Is there anyone in the class who doesn't know that story where Krishna took the weapon and went against Bhishma? Everyone knows?
Because Bhishma had planned to kill Arjuna by taking some of the arrows. I'm not sure completely. So they had taken this kind of interest to kill him.
Yes. So that is one thing. But to keep Bhishma's words, no? Bhishma also said that I will make Krishna take the weapon. So to make Bhishma happy, also Krishna took the weapon wheel. So is there anyone who doesn't know that story? Why Krishna went with the wheel to Bhishma?
Please narrate, Mataji. I don't know.
Okay. So might be like towards the end of the class, just remind me of that story, how I'll tell you in detail. Okay. So we'll quickly finish this part. So here it is said, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so important to be chanted without stoppage, because this will protect us from all accidental fall down. So it might happen. Maya is so strong, like Gajendra got eaten by the crocodile. We can also get involved in Maya because somebody asked Prabhupada, sometimes I fall to Maya, what to do? So Prabhupada's like, you are always in Maya. Sometimes you fall to Krishna consciousness. That's it. So always Maya is there to attack us, but we should be very cautious. And we should, because Krishna himself says, Name Bhakta Pranashri, my devotee will never perish. Like Prahlad, God never perished. Haridas Thakur. So he will protect his devotees. Mahi Partavya Pasitya Yepeshu Papayonina Striyo Vaishya Tada Shudrate Api Yampi Paramgati. Or son of Prita, those who take shelter in me, those of low birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, or Shudras, can attain the supreme destination. So all classes of people can attain Krishna. So again, one famous verse, Kirada Hunantara Pulinda Pulgasha. So all these low class people, they get purified by taking shelter of Krishna. So Krishna is like, everyone can take shelter of me. So power of pure devotion service and pure devotee association is very important to see here. And taking shelter is also important. Okay, complete shelter of Krishna. And he is telling like, Kim Punar Brahmana Punya. Bhakta Raja Shriyastada Anityam Asukam Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajaswamam. How much more this is of righteous Brahmana, the devotee and the saintly kings, therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. So everyone have come to this Dukhalaya Shishpadam, which is Anityam Asugam Lokam. It is temporary, but they have to take shelter of Krishna. Once we take shelter of Krishna, then all this is temporary, right? So the world is not false, as Mayavadi philosopher says. They say Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, but it's not like that. So Krishna appealed therefore to everyone that Arjuna was born in a saintly royal family. To him also Lord says, take to my devotional service and come back to God, back to home. That everyone should get attached himself to the Lord, and we should be detached from the material world. So last sloka of this chapter says, Manmana bhavam tatto madhya jimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktaivam atmana matparayana. 4 ways. One is engage our mind always thinking of Krishna, become Krishna's devotee, pay obeisances to Krishna, and worship Krishna. So be completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So how to worship Krishna? Engage our mind in thinking of Krishna. That is chanting the holy name. Become devotee by offering Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. We can become devotees. Offer obeisances to Krishna, Namaskara, and worship Krishna. So how to engage our mind? Can be mind Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindya. Our mind can be engaged in Krishna's form, Krishna's pastime, and all that chanting with conviction that Krishna is supreme. Your body, mind, and activities, the 9 types of devotional service should be done. Such devotee will be transferred to Krishna's world. Okay, so Krishna is not an ordinary person, but he's an absolute. So Prabhupada writes, there is no difference between Krishna body and Krishna himself. But the demon people, they think that Krishna has come as an ordinary person. So real bhakti is defined as one who can think of Krishna as a person, one without a second, not a normal person, and cultivate knowledge of Krishna continuously. And we should learn from a bona fide spiritual master and the teachings that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay. So then we'll be able to understand Krishna. So Manmana Bhadmakpakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyasevam Atmana Matparayana. The same sloka, you will see the first line in 18 chapter 65 sloka. Again, Manmana Bhadmakpakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyasi Satyam Te Pradijani Priyosina. The last line changes because Krishna gives so much importance of this sloka that Manmana think of Krishna, Makpakto become his devotee, Madhyaji worship Krishna, and Maham Namaskaru offer obeisances to Krishna. The 4 ways, this is the 4 ways to reach Krishna. Very simple. Every day, try to pay obeisances. When you get up in the morning and after you're chanting and all, pay obeisances to Krishna. At night, when you're going back to sleep, to the bed, you can pay 1 obeisances. How much ever possible. If you have a knee joint problem, a health issues, we can even raise both the hands. That's called what? Namaskar. You raise both the hands. Now you go to ISKCON temple, you can see everybody raising both the hands and chanting Hare Krishna or dancing. Did you see Prabhupada like that? There's a Swami step. Prabhupada just... So it's called Sharanagati Namaskar. You've seen Draupadi, or sometimes somebody is drowning in the water, and for help, you raise both the hands and help, you know. So that is why this is very important, like Sharanagati Namaskar. So men will do Dandavat Namaskar. Dandavat. Danda means like a stick. They can fall flat on the ground, and that's Dandavat. Matajis have to do Panjanga Namaskar. Panja Anga means 5 parts of the body will touch on the floor, like your hands, your legs, your forehead, then your mind, your words, everything. So Panjanga. If you can't do both, then you do Sharanagati Namaskar. You can raise both the hands and then do Sharanagati Namaskar. So we should do obeisances to Krishna and worship Krishna. So in that way, we can go back to Krishna. Okay, so what happened that day is, yeah. So when Duryodhan, Krishna and Duryodhan and Arjuna approached Krishna in the beginning of the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna took Krishna and Duryodhan took the Narayani Set. So that time, Krishna told one word that I will come, Arjuna, but I will not take a weapon. To get that sling. So he told, I will not take a weapon. So that was Arjuna's promise, Krishna's promise. So he came for the battle. And then the battle went on, but nothing was happening to the Pandavas. So Duryodhan felt so bad that he went to Bhishma's tent one night and said that, please do something to destroy the Pandavas. So Bhishma, because Duryodhana know that if we take a vow, he'll do it. Bhishma took a vow to become a Naishtika brahmachari. He never married. So Duryodhana knows that. So Duryodhana said that please kill the Pandavas. So next day, Bhishma said, I'll have 5 arrows with me, and tomorrow I'm going to kill all the Pandavas. Now Duryodhana was super excited. That Duryodhana said, you are old. Don't keep these arrows in your tent. Give the arrows to me. So give the arrows to me. So Duryodhana tried to take the arrows. So Duryodhana tried to one second. So Duryodhana took the arrows from Bhishma and went to his tent. And he was sleeping. So Krishna knows everything. Krishna knows everything. So what did Krishna say? Krishna said that Arjuna, you go and ask the 5 arrows from Duryodhana, because Duryodhana had given a word to Arjuna long back that you can ask any boon from me. But that time Arjuna didn't ask anything. Now Krishna is reminding Arjuna of that boon. And in the middle of the night, Krishna woke Arjuna up and said, go to Duryodhana's tent and get the 5 arrows. Arjuna didn't know anything. Hare Krishna, it's late night. What are you telling me? Krishna's like, just do it, what I said. So Arjuna went and asked Duryodhana, I want the 5 arrows you have. Duryodhana was shocked because this conversation only Bhishma and Duryodhana knew. And how did Arjuna come to know about the 5 arrows? So behind, Krishna was standing and smiling. So Duryodhana understood it was Krishna's plan. And Bhishma also understood later on, because when the all the 5 arrows were taken away, Bhishma is like, Krishna, you broke my promise today. Tomorrow in the battle, I will break your promise. Okay, so Bhishma tried to play with Krishna. So next day in the battlefield, Bhishma wanted to break Krishna's promise of not taking the weapon. So he attacked Arjuna, so much so that even the helmet fell down and Arjuna was about to get killed. There was no option for Krishna. Krishna knew Bhishma's plan, and Krishna, to give pleasure to Bhishma, broke his own promise, got down off the chariot, took the wheel of the chariot and barged at Bhishma like a lion go near the deer. So when he was taking, that's why he's called Chakrapani, because of that, taking the chakra. And when he barged, now he can't kill Bhishma because Bhishma is also pure devotee. He can't kill Arjuna. He want to protect Arjuna. So what happened? The sun set. The sun setting happened, and the war for that particular day got over. So both were saved. Arjuna and Bhishma were saved. So in that way, Bhishma tried to break Krishna's promise, but Krishna don't want his devotee. Whatever devotee says, Krishna accepts, but Krishna can break his own promise. He broke the promise of not taking the weapon just to save Arjuna, right? And he took the weapon so as to give pleasure to Bhishma, because Bhishma told that tomorrow I'll break your promise. So, and in connection with this, they also say that Lord Narasimha appeared in half man, half lion, so as to make the words of Brahma true. Because Brahma also said, right, neither a man or animal will kill you, to Hiranyakashipu. So to fulfill that, the Lord came in that particular form. And there were so many pillars in that room, but Narasimhadev came in that pillar which Prahlad pointed out, so as to keep Prahlad's words true. So Krishna told Arjuna, you declare my devotees will never perish. Name bhakta pranish. Kaundeya prajahi name bhakta pranish. Arjuna, you declare that my devotees will never perish, because if a devotee says something, Krishna will definitely make it happen. Now, Krishna will never break a devotee's words. For that, it should be a pure devotee. Like Prabhupada used to say, let there be a temple in Juhu, let there be a temple in Vrindavan, Mayapur, and the temple came because he's a pure devotee. So Krishna will fulfill the words of a pure devotee. He keeps that word, but he can break his own promise. So that's what Krishna is. Sometimes we can't understand Krishna. He's very playful and he's very sweet. So when it comes to devotees, because a devotee can capture Krishna or can control Krishna with his pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is Krishna Akarshni. It attracts even Krishna. So Krishna gets attracted by a pure devotee. So Krishna gets controlled. That's why Krishna doesn't give bhakti, pure devotion to everyone. He can give moksha to everyone, but he doesn't give pure devotion to everyone. Because pure devotion can buy Krishna, can control Krishna. Okay. So I'll give you the attendance link. Okay. So that you can fill that in. Okay, anything to add? Any questions? Anything to add? So we finished chapter 9.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, what did you say just now? He gives bhakti to everyone, but
No, he doesn't give bhakti to everyone. He gives liberation to everyone. He gives all the other things, but he doesn't give bhakti to everyone. Why? Because the bhakti can purchase Krishna, or Krishna become controlled by the devotees. So Krishna doesn't give bhakti to everyone. Bhakti in the sense pure devotional service. Okay, pure, not jnana mishra bhakti or karma mishra bhakti, but yes, pure devotional service.
but liberation to everyone.
Liberation he can give. He is Mukunda, right? Mukti Pradedam Sarvesham Vishnu Revana Samshya. So he can give moksha to anyone, but bhakti not everyone. And moksha is different varieties are there, no? Sayuja, Samidya, Salogya. So he can give moksha to everyone, possibly. But devotion, bhakti, he doesn't give to everyone. Okay, Hare Krishna.
One more thing, Mataji, like which loka says like if you don't offer without tulsi leaf, Krishna will not accept.
It's not sloka as such, but the Shastra says that without Tulsi, Krishna doesn't accept anything. And because Kachit Tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charana Priya, if you take the 10th canto, there is 10th canto, there is the Rasa Leela where Krishna disappears in between and the gopis go in search of Krishna and they ask the trees and everything, but nobody replies where Krishna is. And finally, the gopis go to the Tulsi and say, okay, these are all men. Tulsi, you are female. You can understand our feeling. And they say, Kachit Tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charana Priya, because Tulsi is born to be on the lotus feet of Govinda. So you always see Tulsi stuck on Krishna's lotus. So wherever Krishna goes, that is lotus feet goes, the Tulsi is always there. So Tulsi knows wherever Krishna is going. And so that's a blessing that Tulsi got, that without her, Krishna will not accept anything. So when we offer fruit or flower like that only you can offer, but when you offer fruit, milk, water, anything, any preparation, always see that you have a Tulsi on it. And when you offer, if you are in a situation where there is no Tulsi, at least the dry Tulsi, something should be offered beside.
Okay, and what do you do with that the next day? Like when you remove the fruits and all, what do you do with the leaf?
You can have it, you can consume it, or you can put it on a head or smell it. It is prasadam, so we consume it. You can take. Tulsi has all medicinal quality also, no?
Okay.
So you can take.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji told there is another batch who did finish the closed book, first module closed book, Mataji. I had missed in this batch. So he told me like,
First module you want?
yeah, closed book, Mataji. I missed in this batch, Mataji. I will be writing with them.
That is Monday batch. They are in chapter 4. There's 2 more
We have
chapters.
no.
This time, you remind me once more. After might be 1.5 months, I'll finish chapter 6 and okay. So
Okay,
please
Mataji.
fill the attendance form. It's in the chat. So we finished chapter 9 today. So very, very important chapter with lot of slokas. So many slokas can be memorized. Yoga Kshema Mahanyam, that's 9.22. Then Patram Pushpa Phalam Toyam, that's 9.26. Yat Karoshi Yadasnasi, 27. So the 934 is also very important. Sloka Manmana Bhagavad Bhakta. So that's the most confidential knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. Okay.
Which one, Mataji? 34.
34. That's the most confidential knowledge. Okay. Anything to add? Are we done? So open book assignment, did I give? Chapter 7 and 8. Done now?
No,
No.
no.
Not done.
Not given?
Nothing we have.
Oh, I have to give now. So that is module 2, open book 1. Okay, it's module 2 ka open book 1. I'll give you. Today I will give it. So you need to submit it in 1 week time. Might be because of this Navaratri celebration. I can give you some more time, but at least please submit it fast. Next week. Next week I'm there, but on 5th I won't be here. It will be in Mayapur. So I don't think I will be able to take class for 1 week.
We are all going to Mayapur, Mataji.
You're also coming?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Malyalam. Suresh Prabhu is coming
Yes, Mataji.
with your daughter? Family?
No,
Only you?
no.
Okay.
Yes.
If I may ask, Mataji, these are what books in your screen?
This is Bhagavatam.
Ah, okay.
Bhagavatam sets all 12 cantos. So that I keep, if I see at least second, I read. So, yeah. So Bhagavatam set, you get it free when you become a life member, or you can even purchase it just like that. It's very important to have Bhagavatam. Once you finish your Bhagavad Gita study, it's like undergraduate, you can definitely go to Bhagavatam, which is postgraduate study. You get all these pastimes, which I say, all that is in Bhagavatam, all the different stories we hear. It's not just story book, there are a lot of lessons to be learned from Bhagavatam.
Mataji, somehow reading not happening.
Somehow,
Reading not happening. Prabhupada's books.
reading. We should be determined, Prabhu. Like at least before sleeping, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Or in Vedabase also you can read when you're traveling to work, whenever you're free time. No, take any purport, any sloka, just start reading from Vedabase. That's how I developed the habit. So just go to Vedabase and just take the purport and start reading. Then you'll develop that taste. Then you can start reading once you have developed that habit. So slowly, whenever you're free, just as you're finishing your round, 16 rounds, like that, find somewhere time to read. In
Yes.
associate of devotees, it will really help. But if you can't associate, then slowly alone also you try to read. Every day make point that you read 10 minutes Prabhupada's books, 10 or 15 minutes. It will help you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I ask a question, please?
What, Prabhu?
Yeah, can I ask a quick question, please,
Yes,
Mataji?
yes, Prabhu.
Just regarding the offering, I offers every day, I do offering every day.
Ah.
Only thing is, here in UK, I don't have fresh tulsi leaf. I don't have fresh tulsi leaf. So what I bought from Amazon has been a couple of years now. I bought a big packet of tulsi leaves. It's coming dry leaves, dry tulsi leaves.
Yes.
Is that okay? I've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, no problem. See, even tulsi is dried, it's tulsi only. So some places it's very cold. Sometimes the tulsi doesn't grow like that. So you're traveling abroad. Then there's no other option. If you have either, you should. But if you're coming to India or some other place, try to get the seeds of tulsi and try to grow. But if it doesn't grow, then it's okay. Dry tulsi can be used. No offense.
Okay, Mataji.
It can be
Hare Krishna.
reused
Thank you.
again. It can be reused. Because if you don't have tulsi, then what to do? So
Yeah.
before that, we won't be knowing. We'll be offering just like that. It's not an offense because we didn't know. But now, at least after knowing, we should offer everything with tulsi in it. Okay, try to offer with tulsi.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. No more questions? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Okay, I'll post the open book soon. Okay. Hare Krishna.